Making the most of your time is of the utmost importance on the reading portion of the ACT exam. The best strategy is to read often and practice timing yourself on essays the same difficulty and length as the essays on the exam. They should be between 750 and 1,000 words, and then write out the main ideas, relationships, and details that you remembered. Your list should grow the more you practice, and always practice with a purpose. If you take your time reading, but have little or no time left for answering the questions, it doesn't matter how well you understand the material. So in the classroom, I'll highlight some of the ideas that will help you make the most of your time. Okay, now I'd like to give you some strategies on how to approach the reading test itself. So, reading test strategies. First, read in order of ease. Through practice, all right, you should know before you're taking the ACT what types of essays you're most successful in understanding. Look at the examples from all 4 types of selections to formulate some idea of your favorite before even looking at the essay. And then quickly see if the subject matter of the essay is interesting to you. Choose the one you like best first, and then work quickly in order of difficulty from there. So you may find out that you like to read fiction, and you read fiction all the time. Start with prose fiction then. Go ahead and shoot through that one quickly, and you'll probably know a number of the answers before you get to the questions themselves, because that's something you enjoy. If they happen to have a section that's a biography section, if you enjoy reading biographies and you see one of those, start with that. And then ones that you might not have so much of an interest in, like maybe archaeology, save that one for last, so that the ones that you like most are probably the ones you're going to be able to answer quicker, and it'll save you a little bit of time at the end for ones you might struggle with. Next. The next strategy then is you're going to move from general to specific. Let me explain that to you. First, answer the questions about the overall selection before the detail-oriented questions. Questions about points of view and main ideas can often be answered without having to search for an answer. Questions about specific facts can take more time since you may have to search for them. So answer the ones you know right away. However, there is a way to save time on fact-based questions. We'll get to that one right next. Make notes on the test itself. Mark on the test and underline or circle important facts or sentences. You'll quickly be able then to refer to the marked segments for the detailed questions. It's important not to overdo it though, or you won't save time. So be careful on what you're going to mark. You know, if things jump out at you, go ahead, underline it, circle it, you know, put D for detail, whatever you might need to do to make it so you can get to it quick. If your whole test is marked up, that's not going to save you time. The way you do that really is by practicing, right? So you need to make sure you've read selections of all the different types, and you practice marking it as well. Beginnings and endings of paragraphs, all right? Note them. So this is note the beginnings and endings of paragraphs. Concentrate more on an opening and closing sentence of a paragraph. Topic sentences are often positioned at the beginning of the paragraph, and the final sentence of the paragraph sometimes refers back to a main point. So when reading quickly, for the gist of a passage, just focus on paragraph openings and closings. Skim the material in between, marking facts that may jump out for later reference. You have to practice this skill to increase speed while keeping up comprehension. Another point of note, some individuals find that they can speed up their comprehension in reading by taking it line by line and moving down the middle with the pen to keeping their point. Stops you from rereading something, but it also focuses all of your energy towards the middle, so you pay attention to what words are going on here, and you're not going back and forth, and it might save you some time. Don't try it for the first time on the test. Practice that, but I think it can be very useful to many. All right, going back to a very important test strategy, note the question itself for the reading test, but also for every part of the ACT. Make sure you understand the question before you jump to an answer. Read the questions carefully and note exactly what's being asked. More than one answer may be in the passage, so make sure you determine the best answer by noting the phrasing of the question. When more than one choice is in the passage, start by eliminating the definitely wrong choices and then choose the correct answer from the remaining choices. Pacing is so big. All right. Another strategy, you have to keep on pace and do not leave any questions unanswered. Quickly guess before moving on to the next selection. All right? Don't leave them unanswered and go to the next selection. You answer all 10 before you move on. There's only 10 of them, right? You should read them all real quick and see if you know them right off the bat. And if you do, answer those. Then the little detail ones you find. If you find pacing-wise you have to move on, make those guesses. All right? Maybe circle them when you do so that if you run into a little bit of extra time at the end, you can go back and see if you might be able to dig up one of those details. But pacing is key. Using these tips and practice is sure to boost your score on the reading portion of the ACT.